Okay, you guys, we are back with another video. Sean Diddy Combs is going broke, can't pay his staff, and they are talking. He's not paying staff, allegedly, and he's not paying the attorneys, allegedly. And you know, TMZ, as I've always said to you guys, look under your beds, look under your closets. You're bound to find TMZ in one of two places. And TMZ is all up in Diddy's business because when TMZ heard that people were not getting paid, TMZ reached out and they asked, is it true that people are not getting paid? Is it true that the attorneys are not getting paid? And guess what was the response given to TMZ? The response was, now this is not verbatim. This is me paraphrasing. I don't want you to listen to it, okay? So the response that was given to TMZ is, oh, if someone has been contracted for work and after reviewing the work done and the work is done and meets approval, then that individual gets paid. Which means that is telling us that Diddy is still the same old dirty snakes. And even one staff has quit. It's 2026. No one has any free labor to give anyone. No one has any free labor to give anyone, especially not Diddy. But his PR team is like, oh, everything is copacetic over here. Everything is okay. Everything is fine. But they're literally telling you at the same time it's not. Based on how they responded to TMZ, right? Now, we know that Diddy is in his sensitive era because he's pissed that 50 dropped that documentary on him. So his sons, in collaboration with him, they're coming with their low budget documentary on the messiest network ever. I can't wait to see that mess. I can already pronounce it. It's gonna be super messy. It's gonna be praising him. Oh, philanthropy here, philanthropy there. And there was this time, and you're my man. And oh, I remember, we're gonna see some people that he gave $50 to say, Sean Diddy Combs is a good man. He has always helped us for $50. Remember I told you so. Watch. No. TMZ saying Diddy's got big payday problems. He could sell some of those designers. He has a lot of stuff. Start selling. You know? So they're saying he has a big payday problem, and in some of his employees are angry they're not getting paid while he's locked up in federal prison. Where was Diddy's money coming from all this time? Because who was he contracted with to? But then again, all the legal fees has burnt a hole in his pocket. But what was his job all this time? Because he didn't have anything selling. Did he have anything on Billboard? What was his job all this time? Right? So, his reps, they are insisting rather, he has it under control, which means that it's true, but it's now under control because the moment he heard that they were going to run to the media, it was like, oh shit, because you know, this man lives on ego. He thrives for ego. He's so egotistic. He doesn't even know when to wake up and face reality. No, TMZ is saying that sources with direct knowledge has told them Diddy's fortune is being handled by management firm TriStar Sports and Entertainment, aka Loutaylor, okay? Justin Bieber, watch your pockets. That's all I'm gonna say. Bieber, watch your pocket, watch your money. While he's in the clink, and we're told they're keeping a tight leash on his money. What kind of tight leash? What kind of tight leash? Who wants to rob him? No one wants to rob him. So why are you gonna not put a tight leash on your project? Put a tight leash on your project so you don't need to be giving people projects that you don't want to pay them for. But Loutaylor is keeping a tight leash on. Maybe she's hoping that he dies behind bars. Maybe. You never know. Is she gonna put him in a conservatorship? You never know. Anywho, right? So, TriStar Sports and Entertainment. TMZ is not saying AKA Loutaylor, but I'm letting you guys know that that's Loutaylor's company, right? So, Loutaylor's keeping a tight leash on his finances. According to them, they're keeping a tight leash on his money. However, TMZ is saying too tight for some people on a payroll. Evidently, because they're not getting paid. For instance, we're told some attorneys handling a mountain of civil lawsuits have gone unpaid, and other staffers have been stiffed as well. And as a result, at least one of them has quit. So we're going to see attorneys asking judges to be removed from cases very soon because they're not getting paid. They're saying, however, Diddy's rep, Judah Engelmeyer, tells TMZ, people, personnel, and attorneys are all being is like this, right? So it's an action. It's a process that is continuing. It's a process that you can look forward to continue, which means that they haven't been paid. If you have done business, if you have any license, any certification in business, when they use being in this sense, it means that they haven't been paid, but they're working on something to pay them. That's what it means in the business world, okay? Have you ever heard the terminology tricks in trade and mischievous in business? This is one of such what they mean. Being paid, right? And no one is leaving. But TMZ saying, so Judah Engelmeyer is saying the attorneys are all being paid and no one is leaving. But TMZ saying, when we asked if employees were being paid on time, Judah said, Sean Combs controls his own finances. At the beginning, Sean Combs' finances is controlled by Loutaylor, TriStar Sports and Entertainment, and they're keeping a tight leash on his finances, right? Remember I read that? Then now Judah Engelmeyer is now saying Sean Combs is keeping a tight leash on his own finances. So he's instructing TriStar not to pay people. He's instructing them when to pay and when not to pay. And listen to this, right? Everyone gets paid for their work once it's completed and confirmed after routine review. So you're saying that you need who does a routine review on the attorneys? BS. When I tell you, once you hear that terminology in the business field, all being paid, it means that they haven't been paid. They're in the process of working out a salary. You see what I'm telling you? These people, don't let them trick you. No. TMZ saying, our sources say Diddy family members do not have unlimited free access to his money, which means they also have to deal with TriStar. We're told the Combs family is working within a set budget. And so the girls ain't going to college. They're doing business, they're making money, they're working with fashion brands and stuff. The amount and frequency of payout remain unclear. And if they exceed it, they're required to submit invoices to TriStar, which aren't all. So, you see how they are admitting it at the end? They are literally admitting that some people are not getting paid. And this is why I say you have to understand business. If you've done any degree, any course in business, when you hear certain sentences, you'll know exactly what people are saying, because they're saying, right, the amount and frequency of payout remain unclear. And if they exceed it, they're required to submit invoices to TriStar, which aren't always approved. For example, we're told Diddy wanted his family together for a dinner in New York City the night before his sentencing. When they contacted TriStar to cover the tab, they were told to submit an invoice, which means that each family member, so they would have to all choose a restaurant, right? So they would all have to choose a restaurant, right? And if they choose the restaurant, they would have to pre-order their meal to the restaurant to get an invoice. And after the restaurant gives the invoice, TriStar didn't approve. Or they would have to hire a chef, put in specifically what they want, and the chef gives the budget, including his time and his pay and everything. And then after it was reviewed, TriStar was like, hell no, we're not covering that. Okay? So TriStar initially declined, but eventually reimbursed whoever footed the bill. So even though TriStar declined it, they're saying eventually TriStar reimbursed the person that foot the bill. So Diddy's watching his money, but we knew he was going broke because we saw signs on Young Miami. We saw signs on Young Miami. It is written all over Young Miami. But Young Miami can start going on TikTok and do taps and roses. Now they're saying, as you know, Diddy is serving a 50-month sentence in 4 days. We don't need any of that. So I told you guys that even though they're saying it's not true, I told you once you hear the term are being paid and it's coming from someone in business, it means that, hey, look here, we're really not pay everybody for Trina, but we're going to look to it and see how much we can give them. And we're going to meet them halfway. Some people are not getting their full money. They're not getting their full money. And one staff have already even quit. So look forward to those attorneys saying, Your Honor, please recuse us from these cases. That's the next move. Yeah, that's what attorneys have to do when they're not getting paid. Can you imagine that? They have to go to court and ask the judge to be removed from the case and submit a letter and with, the details. So, and then after they're recused from the case, they're going to have to send Diddy a bill. If Diddy doesn't respond to the bill, then they're going to have to submit like I forgot what that document is called, but it's not the regular lawsuit, but they can take the route of suing him as well. Whew. It's embarrassing out here for Diddy, a man that is filled with so much ego. Oh my God, like who knew? Honey, when I tell you, someone said the other day in my comment section said, oh, it was something along the lines of money. And I said, rich people have more money problem than all of us combined together. I hope you guys understand what I'm talking about now. But anywho, this is interesting to know. Do you feel bad about yourselves? Stop feeling bad about yourselves for not having money. I know. I want to go shopping too, but stop feeling bad. Anyway, guys, that's all for this video. We're going to talk some more in the comment section. Peace.